Hello, this is Jennifer Blaze, and I wanted to quickly go over some of the options that you have for organizing your materials inside of your courses. I've had several people ask me about this, mainly because Schoology and Canvas are so different and we no longer have folders. Modules are much more linear. So how are we organizing materials in a way that is productive for students and for you? So I have in my Sandbox one example, and then we're going to look at a few others from other instructors. So I've gone into my Sandbox course, and then I'm going to click on modules, and this is where you would create your modules. So this is a chemistry unit, and so for Unit 1, it's just broke down by lesson. So this could be by day or lesson. So Lesson 1 for Welcome to Chemistry. These are the links and the assignments and whatnot for that first day of school. Then we come down to Lesson 2, where they're going over experimental design. These are the lessons for Day 2. So for the students, when they come in on that first day, all they are going to see are these items, and then Day 2 we would publish the items needed for Day 2 and so on. Now this is that says Lesson 2 and Lesson 3 and Lesson 4. These are just text headers. So when you're setting up your module, each module is its own unit. Each unit's its own module. So this is Chemistry 1. It is its own module. I'm going to come in, and if I needed to add another day to this, I would click the plus sign to add, and I'm not adding an assignment. I'm just adding a text header, and this is what is separating my items. So if I had another lesson to add, I would add Lesson 10 review. I'm not going to indent on this because it's the text header, and these text headers I don't have indented. What I do have indented are double indents on all of the assignments within each lesson so that it's easy to differentiate lesson from lesson. So let me go ahead and add this text header. It'll add it to the bottom of this unit. So now I've got Lesson 9, 8, 9, and 10. And so as I was saying, Lesson 8 itself is just a text header, and I don't have any indents. But these items within, I do have indented. In fact, I have them double indented so that there's more of a differentiation between the items that are inside of each lesson. So you can clearly see this is Lesson 8 and this is Lesson 9, and these are the things that go in Lesson 8 and these are the things that go in Lesson 9. All right, so that's my example for my chemistry unit that I have in here. That's an actual unit that teachers are going to be using. I have another unit up here. You could have one at the top that's just resources. So if you have certain resources that the students are always going to need, you can add those in their own module at the beginning before you have any units. Here's another example. This is a Spanish course. This course is not one of my teachers, but I found it in the Commons. And so this teacher, as I was saying, has a resource module at the beginning and resources for her final exam and schedule. And then as we go down, we have her courses and modules differentiated by week. So week 1, they're just going to have the pretest at the beginning of the week. Week 2 is Chapter 1. And so here's a link to a PDF. Here's an assignment, another assignment, some more links to PDFs, and some more classwork. Week 3, week 4, and going on. So hers is organized by week, and we don't know what type of scheduling they have, if the kids go to these classes 2 or 3 times a week, once a week, who knows? But this is how she has hers set up by week, but I like how it's clearly differentiated, the points for each of the assignments, what they need to do. All right, here's another example. This is a psychology course, kind of similar. There's the technology resources up here at the top, and then all of their weekly plans for the 9 weeks, 6 weeks period is here at the top. And then they have a writing toolkit here that's wonderful for instructions and resources on writing. And then they go in and all of their units are broke up. All of their modules are broke up by unit. So here's unit 4, some resources for them. This is going to take them to a vocabulary, which is a Word document. We want to stay away from Word documents because our students are on Chromebooks, but that could easily be a Word doc. Google study resources, video resources, Google recordings of their class time, and then Unit 3 also broke up with headers to differentiate. Unit 2 also broke up by headers. Unit 1. So this one is by unit, also with resources in between. And then lastly, this is an algebra course, important item at the top, which is a requiz, a retake for the students that need that. And then this one is broke up by topic, and they have their interactive notebook pages, practice pages, all of these broke apart by headers, differentiating what is inside. I would encourage them to do some indenting in between these since there's so many things inside of a module. But again, their interactive notebook pages, their practice work for the unit, and then their test. Same thing going on. Whichever of these makes more sense for you and your units, I highly encourage it. Like I said, I would say in between their text headers here, I would suggest indenting just so that it differentiates it a little bit more for the students. But these are very easy to tell what I'm looking for. If I know I'm looking for practice or if I'm looking for those notebook pages, I know exactly where to come to find what I'm looking for. And then as far as your home page, there is another video that goes into detail about how to edit and what needs to be on your home page. But being 4x4, I have this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday tabs so they can easily click through for each day. You could also have additional tabs for them to click on to go back to old units, past work. On here, if you need more details on this, you can check out the other video, or you can make an appointment to meet with one of the ITSs, and we'll be happy to help you out on organizing and setting up your home page.